Hi, you guys. I love that name, Dragonfly Spirit. That's one of my totem animals. I love that name. How are all of you tonight? I'm Andrea, the Detox Intuitive, the detoxintuitive.com. Yeah. So thank you for subscribing to the channel. Do me a favor, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Whoops. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. A lot of YouTubers are finding that we're suddenly having all these subscribers emailing us saying that they're unsubscribed. So do be sure and subscribe to the channel. Can I get a moderator on? Because I'm actually going to close out the chat so I won't be seeing it. Just because it can become a little distracting. I've got quite a few really good, strong, powerful messages for you guys tonight. I went to a little, it was like an art gallery or an art opening, I guess you would call it. We've got a chain of like beach cities here along a street called the 101. And so I'd been invited to this, and instead of going with the person, I said, how about I just meet you there? So I was at the grocery store and, I have it on like little skirt and everything. And I thought, okay, I'll just swing by. And I swung by, and not my style of art, really, really, really super modern art, which is it's just not my thing. Maybe your thing, that's fine. And I don't know if you guys have ever felt energy sensitive. If any of you who have a lot of water in your chart, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, super, more on the empathic side, you can really feel energy. And it came to me the exact reason why I have been hermiting for literally a year and a half. I think there were 3 groups of conversations that I mingled into. One was about children. So, I have fur children, but not really I couldn't really relate on a deep level, although I did listen and found it to be a charming conversation. The other was about politics, which, I listened to a lot of politics for the last 4 years of my life, 5-ish years of my life. And so I wasn't really wanting to, and also I completely disagreed with the conversation that was being led. So I kind of stared into another group, and the shallowness of the third conversation just kind of had me feeling like it wasn't my cup of tea. And I am an art lover. I love art. I actually had quite a few pieces at my home in Ohio. And when I had my stuff shipped that I had stored for quite a long time, a lot of things were stolen, including all of my art. I only had 4 pieces, but they were pieces that I bought with my first partner. I was with 10 years, so they were actually valuable pieces. I mean, they weren't like Picasso or anything, but they were valuable. And, again, this was more modern and it just wasn't but anyway, I was like, okay, Andrea, on the way home, I was like, don't let this shut you down. Don't let this let you crawl in a hole. Don't let this. I just am really good at reading energy, at picking up on energy and picking up on falseness.
It's 20 hours.
I've got to learn how to turn that clock off. I don't know if you heard that announcement. So I just want to say this to you real quick. So when I moved to Southern California 7 years ago from Ohio, I hung out with, it was kind of like a, I guess you would say the in crowd in San Diego. They do things like go to the horse races and things like that. You guys know I'm a vegan. Of course, I don't support the horse races at all. I think it's cruel. But I hung out with that crowd for about a year. And the emptiness I felt, the lack of depth, and please don't let me, this sounds so finger pointish, but and it's not a specific group, okay? I still actually have friends that commingle in that. I don't know about you, but I need depth. I need depth in conversation. I need depth in life. I need depth in friendship. I need depth in a lover. And so I realized when I pulled in my garage, you know what? Maybe you're just not like in the right spot. I've kind of felt that for a while, but I wanted to share. I agree, Ian. I agree. I wanted to share all of that with you. Oh, Ian, you're an Aquarius moon and a Scorpio rising. Yeah, you get me. It's it was just a lack of like what are we doing for the ocean? Like what are we doing about Yule and Dog Festival? Like, not to be like Debbie Downer, want, want, but like, you know what? I love hearing about your kids. What's their thing? Are they quiet? Are they creative? Do they draw? Do they write? Do they play the piano? What do you love about them? Don't tell me what school they got into, right? It's just, man, the I'm like, where? Give me something to hold on to. Give me something I can roll with and connect with on a deeper level. Right? Not when you're just meeting people, but it's like I just kind of sit back and I'm like, ah, okay. All right, moving on. So I wanna talk to you guys. And maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the one that lacks depth. Maybe I'm the one that's, I'm sure it's I just there was just a disconnect that made me feel like being here with you guys would be more special. All right. Let's get into this. Private readings, thedetoxintuitive.com. Click on spiritual gifts and offerings. Choose your reading. Annabelle will be in contact with you to schedule right away. So I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to start talking to you about past lives. And for some of you who may not believe in past lives, by the way, thank you for hitting the thumbs up button. It helps the channel. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and my second channel, Andrea Cox TV. I wanted to share with you why I believe in past lives. And I know not all of you believe in past lives, and that's fine. Everyone's beliefs are different. Some of you may be Christian, some of you may be spiritual, some of you may be Buddhist, some of you, whatever. When I was 10 years old, my dad got killed in a car accident. And my dad coached baseball, like on the side. My dad owned a business. He owned a business called Apollo. It's like a trucking company that hauled for like Cargill, and him and my mom met in high school. My father was from Kentucky. My mom was from Ohio. My father's parents moved to Kentucky. They got put in the same school. My mom and dad, they dated throughout school, went to prom together, etc., got married, had 3 children together. I'm the youngest of 3 girls. My parents got divorced when I was 3, but my dad, he like had us on the weekends, every weekend. And my dad, his name was Mike, Michael, Larry Michael, but we called him Mike. Everybody called him Mike. I called him Dad. He was really, and this whole video isn't going to be about me, you guys, but I need to share this with you because I remember this like it was yesterday. What I'm going to tell you, the reason I believe in past lives. And I have a witness in this. I got someone that, so my dad was very, as he got older, he was showy, you know, he liked fast cars. The car he was killed in was a Corvette. He always had 2 Corvettes. He had a boat. He had 4-wheelers and 3-wheelers and big houses. I only remember 3 houses that we lived in. The last one was definitely really cool, you know. And my mom, she lived more like humble, but always made the house really special. Like my mom's house was decorated real nice and it was like a brick ranch, but the yard she kept real pretty and she decorated for the holidays. And whenever he would drop us off from spending the weekend with him, like my mom would kind of try to avoid him a little, you know. And my dad always like wanted to be, you could tell my dad knew he screwed up. You know what I mean? But anyway, he had a, I guess you would call her a common law or a girlfriend or whatever. And they had a son, my brother, that I haven't actually seen since my dad passed away. This is a long time ago. I was 10. And that's a whole nother thing. But anyway, long story short, so he was very showy. He was very, not showy. He had a lot of really nice things and it was fun with him, you know, like there was a lot of stuff to do. Well, prior to his passing, like a month before, it was like he knew. He was like he took, I think, one of my sisters to San Francisco. He took the other. I think I was supposed to go next or something. I don't remember how that worked, but I ended up not going to San Francisco. So years later, when I got the opportunity to go to San Francisco, I dated someone that was from there. It was like such like a spiritual thing with me. My candle just went out. It was such a spiritual thing for me to go because that was my dad's favorite place. So anyway, I don't want to skip around in this. So before he passed, he picked me up one day in his Corvette and he said, we're going to go see your grandma Ayers, which was my mom's mom. And I said, why? And he said, oh, we're just going to go see her. We're going to go see Grandma Geneva. And, you know, that was his mom. So he picked me up from my mom's and we went to the bank and he had a big bank bag, you know, and he came out and he said, look in that, Andy, tell me what you see. And it was like a big thing of money. And it was very, you know, that was my dad, right? And we picked up some like, I guess it was cheeses and coffee mugs and things from this like farm stand on the side of the street. This is like a month before he passed away. And we went to my grandma Ayers. And I remember he apologized to my grandma Ayers for the way he had treated my mom. And this is like a month before he passed. My mom knows this story. I've told her a gazillion times. It was like he knew. It was like he knew, right? And then I remember the night my mom found out. So she had this long blue, it was like a velvety bathrobe. And remember, they lived separately. And she got a call from my grandmother, Geneva. So, anyway, my dad that day, we went to that grandma's, we went to the other grandma's. He ended up arguing with the other grandma, his mom. But I just remember my grandma Ayers giving him a big bear hug. And like, I think she knew, like, it was so strange to me. But it was like he was trying to do good by everyone in his life, at, at the end. And then there's a, there's a reason I'm there's there's a reason I'm sharing this. Man, so it was like he knew. And I remember the night my mom found out, she had this long blue velvet robe. It was like one you would slip over your head. I guess you would call it a house coat. I don't remember. And my grandma Geneva called her, and I just remember my mom saying, "Calm down. What are you?" Like my mom was in the kitchen. I remember she took the call in the kitchen. And then my mom didn't tell us the next day, or she didn't tell me. I think because I was little, I was 10. So, but I think she might have told my other sisters because I just remember the house was awkward, and there were a lot of people there. And so then I remember, like, I think either that it might have been the next day. This I don't remember. It was like 2 days later. We had this big table made of mirrors. It was like a mirror on the top. I kind of wish I had it right now. It was really cool. But I remember like our next door neighbors were there, and maybe my mom's friend was there, or like there was people there because my mom was vividly upset, but not like my mom is so strong. I mean, I know she became stronger over the years, but even at that time, I remember like just like she was just like so strong. I mean, I can't imagine having to tell your kids that like your dad's dead. So I remember my mom called me in there and she was like, Andy, I think she said your dad isn't coming back and he passed away, or she worded it like that. And then she said, Ned, go play with your Barbies because, like, what are you going to tell? I mean, this was before we had all that, like, that clear communication with your children. This was way before that. So no one's equipped with that. How are you going to, like, what are you going to do unless you're a clinical psychologist? How are you going to tell I wouldn't have even been able to do it. I would have had to have someone come in. So I remember going in the other room and playing with my Barbies after she told me. Not really, it didn't really sink in. And here's the thing, and I'm going to get to the past life thing. Let me speed it up. So when it finally hit me that he wasn't coming back was, we did the whole funeral thing. It was a closed casket because I think from the newspaper article, even the paper article was just shockingly like written. It was like Chief dies in fiery crash. I still have it. Chief dies in fiery crash. That's what it said. And chief of Apollo Trucking. He used to be a police officer before that, but that's what it said. And it was just kind of like, ugh, but I didn't see that until years later. But anyway, so it was a closed casket. But I remember when it sunk in that he wasn't coming back was when, being the youngest, I would be a tattletale to my dad, because my dad, even though they were divorced, was the disciplinarian. Everybody was scared shitless of my dad, and everyone, grown people were scared of him. So I remember my sister Stacy was like, maybe she was, I don't know, she's probably smoking a joint or something. And I said, I'm going to tell. And she goes, go ahead and tell mom, and she's like, Dad's not here anymore. You can't tell on me. And I remember that hit me like, oh my God, he's not here. Who's going to protect us? Like, who's going to it was so like such like a moment of truth. Like, okay, fuck, we're all kind of fucked. Well, I guess I better do it because I'm the youngest and I'm 10 years old and I'm going to do it, So I kind of became really, I think, a little bit of trying to fix, I just remember not wanting my mom. This changed when I got older because I had a bitchy phase, but that came later. But I just remember not wanting my mom to be stressed out about anything. Like if my sisters would fight, they would really fight. And if they put a hole in the wall, I would try to patch it with toothpaste. It was bad. Okay. So, but my mom raised us and everything was good. Well, this was the thing that made me believe in past lives. Here it is. I need to take a drink of water for this because so I don't remember the exact time, but my friend Amy was spending the night. And she was my best friend growing up, Amy Schler. And we lived in a brick ranch at my mom's, and we would sneak out. Everybody snuck out. I'm sure you snuck out. We were probably doing something stupid like sneaking out to go egg someone's house or toilet paper someone. This was probably a month and a half after my dad had passed away. And my mom was trying to keep things as normal as possible. I think we had a week off of school for funeral and the view. Well, there was no viewing, but funeral and stuff like that. And then we went back to school. My mom, she let us have friends spend the night and stuff. I think she was just trying to cope, and we had snuck out and we had went down to this park by my house called Art Van Atta Park. And I think we toilet papered someone's house on the way back. I don't remember. We did something. There was a girl's house we used to toilet paper. I'm sorry we did that. We did do that. I was young. When we came back, next door to us, there was a basketball court. There were two boys and the parents had built them a basketball court that lived next to us. Kevin and Mike. And so the basketball court was right next to where like my bedroom window was. And my friend Amy was giving me a boost, a boost where you put your hands like this and you boost someone's foot up. This is why I believe in past lives right here. On the basketball court, on the way home from Art Van Natta, it was like 1:00 in the morning. We kept seeing a man walking far ahead of us, and then he would disappear. And we would see him, and then he would disappear into the shadow. And we would see him, and he would disappear into the shadow. So my dad had a particular jacket that was shiny. It was like a baseball jacket he would wear. Swear to God. And on the basketball court next to us, there was a man there. And when she was giving me a boost up into the window, he said, "Andi, what are you doing?" And I remember looking and I just said, "Dad?" And Amy was freaking out. And I wasn't freaking out, but I just remember, and he said, "You need to be good for your mom. Tell your sisters that too." And then he started walking away, and we were both like, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God." And she boosted me in. I pulled her in, and then we went out, went through my bedroom door, went out into the hallway, went into the living room, walked out the front door, looked down this direction of the street he had walked in, and there was no one. And I remember years later, I was 10 years old. I think she was 11. Years later, when we were in high school, we got put in a class together. And I remember asking her, like, this is going to sound crazy, but because you know how you fall apart from friends when you get into high school, we didn't hang out any longer. I said, "Do you remember that night?" And she goes, "Yeah, I do. I do remember that night. Clear as day." So that has always stayed with me since I was 10. Always. And now that I've gotten older, I feel like because he didn't lead a life of real, he didn't lead like a life of purity, or like he was pretty, you know, we all do things we regret, but there was some stuff there, some pretty heavy stuff. I feel like he might have been stuck between worlds for a while, looking for a new soul to inhabit, to reincarnate as, like a new baby to reincarnate as. And this is what throws me, you guys. This is what throws me. Last week, I had a dream and I debated sharing it for so long. And every single day I wake up, I'm like, should I talk about it? Should I not? It's a dream I've had for years, over and over. And each time I have it, like a little piece gets put in, another piece gets put in, another piece is added, another piece is added. And when I had it last week, it was of like this baby flying through the sky. It was like a star child flying through the sky. But the dream was taking place when, like, years ago, like it would be like in like the late 80s or something, And this baby is just looking for a soul to inhabit. So it's like going over cities and states and countries, and it's like France and London, like it's like France and all through Europe and Russia and Chile and Turkey, and it's just looking for a soul to reincarnate as. And so I always thought when people passed over and they reincarnated, they would just reincarnate and come out as a baby reincarnated. But now, like, my whole perception, like just from this dream and I just feel like some souls have a little trouble getting over to the other side. Maybe they've got some work to do here first. So maybe there was a couple months in between that he went around and made himself present to other people in our family, like my mom and my grandma and my sisters. I've never asked them if they saw anything of him, but I just feel like maybe he had a few months in between and then chose like a baby to reincarnate as. And I don't know why, and then I do want to say one other thing. I think I'll keep it to myself. I'm going to keep that part to myself. But I do believe that we meet people in this lifetime who we've had previous lives with. You just meet someone and you feel like you know them, right? You feel like connected to them right away. And then, yeah, you kind of do the numbers, and there's some weird idiosyncrasies. Your charts are pretty weirdly aligned, and maybe it's just strange, right? So I believe in that. I really do. Let's get into this. Oh my gosh, hang on, you guys. Let me grab something for you. Hang on. Okay. Sorry about that, you guys. So that's my 33-minute long story, What You Want, Want You To, of reincarnation and why I believe in reincarnation. And I've always believed in reincarnation. Because I know that was him. I know that was him. And I had someone beside me that also saw that. So I know I wasn't just like losing it, And I know whenever I have this dream, which isn't often, it's like once a year, and every year there's something added to it. And I just had it about a week ago. I know I'm getting closer to finding out, like, it's just so awkward. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. I feel like someone around each of us has given off a really dark energy lately. One that comes from a space of truth, but one that also is very cutting, is very cold, at times seems very calculated. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Card number 26, 2, 6, a 6 and a 2 is 8. Some of you may be a life path number 8. So you're being asked to look at this situation in a different way. Look at what you are being called to do. We have number 1, the Magician, card of Gemini, but can be anyone taking on that property. We have card number 9, 9 of Swords. This came up in a reading I did for she's actually I would say she's my favorite female client. I did a reading for her last night. Beautiful, beautiful girl. She's a dancer, like a real dancer. Not a dancer with a pole, but an actual dancer. What am I hearing outside? I just flipped the light on outside because I'm like paranoid Sheila tonight, like in the dark here. Okay, so someone's in this energy. We have card number 9, could be dealing with the life path number 9. Um, I think they've emotionally walked away. 8 of Cups is emotionally walking away from a situation that they had thought would lead to marriage. I feel like we had another energy that maybe made some foolish decisions, or maybe they did. Um, this left, I feel like 2 people out in the cold, but I feel like one suffered greatly. Someone has worked very hard to make changes in their life, but they really want this bullshit to be cut. I don't think this person wants a reconciliation. I think this person wants the other person to cut through the bullshit of what's truly been hanging this situation up. We have the Hangman in reverse. This has been coming out in a lot of readings. Oh, that's sweet. Lyrical butterfly. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Kenya, bless your heart. So the wheel is turned in this situation. I feel that someone that was left out in the cold, we have 2 fives here, someone that was left with a broken heart. I got to be honest, you guys, I feel like one person really loved the other and the one didn't love the other. That's how I feel. I mean, you could have been dealing with an air sign. We do have Gemini here. We also we have water. I mean, I'll be honest, we have Gemini and Pisces on the board. We also have some fire coming in with the 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands is conflict. So I feel like the broken heart caused a lot of conflict, caused a lot of pain. I feel like what someone didn't communicate was that they were communicating with someone else. 8 of Wands is communicating that they have a 10 of Cups. They could even have a whole family with someone else. Also, I don't feel like this person could make up their mind. You see this person, he's got his hand on his chin. He's just looking at these 3 wands like, what do I want to work with here? I feel like someone couldn't make up their mind. They couldn't make a decision. And, they left someone in this energy. I also feel like someone was really, 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 oops, this is just the card that announces the deck. I'll move that. Someone really, really was pissed about someone else. The King of Pentacles. I want to clarify the King of Pentacles though, because yeah, this could even be King of Pentacles, and then we have the Emperor looking at the King of Pentacles. We could have someone that's gay, that may be in a gay relationship and not talking about it. We could have someone that the female energy could have been with someone else. There's something here. Then we have an Ace of Cups and a King of Swords. This King of Swords has that woman's, head in his hand. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So I'm going to actually put these cards back. And I'm going to put these cards back. And I'm going to leave out just the original cards that we had come out. And I'm going, like the big cards, I'm going to shuffle the deck really good, and I'm going to find out what the dealio is here. What needs to be cut through, who emotionally walked away, what's the Four of Wands about, who wanted a new beginning or wants one now, who was working their ass off, who was hung up on a decision, who was emotionally distraught. And then we got this magician here looking like he's just happy as could be. Who couldn't make up their mind about what to do, what to wear, whatever. Who cut through the bullshit. Okay. Let's just ask our angels to come in. You guys, my feet are so cold, I might have to put socks on. So, by the way, my mood ring was sent to me by a jewelry designer on the channel, and I can't think of her name yet, but she has a great Etsy store. So, it's really pretty. I like it a lot. I announced her name on Instagram the other day. I have to find her name again. Tell me more about this magician. Tell me more about this magician. I feel like this next card belongs over here with this Hanged Man reversed. What is already with you? Butterflies. We have card number 17. So we have a 1, we have a 7. A 1 and a 7 makes 8. Someone could be a life path number 8. What is already with you? Hanged Man reversed. Hanged Man is the card of Pisces. What the Hanged Man means is what Pisces tend to do. Unlike the Hermit that goes to the top of the mountain, Virgo energy, and wishes upon the star, Aquarius energy, the Hanged Man goes within. They isolate. They don't vacillate, but they isolate. They clean up, they clean out, and they don't come out of isolation until they get to the root of the problem. That's the Hangman way. Judgment. The Hangman is making a judgment. We have the Empress and the Queen of Swords. I actually feel like this is a male energy, the Queen of Swords, or it was. Well, you notice the butterfly in there, and we've got the butterflies in here. So just because the Hanged Man is the card of Pisces, it doesn't have to be the card of Pisces. It can be any card. It's someone taking on the Hanged Man energy. We've talked about this. You're welcome for sharing the story. I feel like we do have two people that were in a past life together. It's probably, I feel like it was hard for one to separate in the beginning, and I feel like now the other one, it's hard for. Someone could be working out. This guy's pretty ripped in the Magician. This is the card of Gemini, but it can be any sign. I can't help but notice the butterflies in the Queen of Swords and butterflies in this. And I'm clarifying the Hanged Man. It's almost like someone's been taught how to be a Queen of Swords. Now, what is the Queen of Swords? The Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or anyone who takes on these properties. What is the Queen of Swords? She cuts people out of her life. So this could have been someone that was cut out of someone's life, and now they've been taught to use the sword, right? They've been taught to they've been taught to use the sword. I mean, look at her. Whose head is she holding in her hand? Person could be a life path number 1, a life path number 7. A 1 and a 7 is an 8, so a life path number 8. You guys watch me shuffle. Now, down here we have the Empress. So the Empress sits pretty. The Empress isn't lacking anything. She's got everything she needs. It's also creative abilities. I feel like the Empress is a man. I feel like there's two energies here. We'll see. I'm going to put this gal on this, what is already with you, between the Hanged Man and this. She is either the Empress or she's the Hanged Man, or it's all one energy. Right now, I feel like we have 2, possibly 3 energies on the board. Someone is not drinking water. And that would be Andrea Cox. Okay. Sorry. Hierophant, Taurus energy. I want to put this on the Magician, but not yet. I feel like someone's being watched. Someone's being watched a lot. Strength, card of Leo, or anyone. I feel like someone's been trying to tame someone for decades, years. Look at her trying to close that lion's mouth. Like, would you please just focus? Can we please move away from difficult times? 6 of Swords. Look at her trying to close that lion's mouth. Years, years. What a fucking burden, right? 10 of Wands. Jesus. The Moon, card of Pisces, and Cancer. Queen of Cups. So we got a story here. Let me turn the light off, you guys. So I really can't make this up. The cards came out the way they did. You watched me shuffle. So I feel like we have a Leo energy. That has been trying to, or it could be someone trying to tame the Leo's energy even, but we'll see. We'll see. We have the 10 of Wands, a heavy burden, and the heavy burden is someone is worried about this. We do have 2 cards of Pisces here. We have the Hanged Man and the Moon, and we have a Queen of Cups, which is a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So someone could very clearly be dealing with the Pisces here. Why do I feel like they look so similar? Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups. Look at them. They look almost identical. The Empress, I mean, I don't think the Empress, well, they all kind of look alike, don't, but these two look very, it's almost like soft, gentle, loving. There will be no forward movement until someone gets the truth. That's what I get from this. Look at that. What the, I mean, have you ever? I have never seen anything like that. It looks kind of exciting, actually, but that's what these cards say to me. So, do watch this from the very beginning, you guys. Do rewind, do watch it from the very beginning. Watch it from the very beginning. So, I want to find out who this Empress is and what the moon represents. Got this guy back here, too. Here comes the sun. Doo-doo-doo-doo. It's all right. So, some of you may know someone who looks like this. He may be a little younger. That's so hot. All right, tell me about this Gemini. I'm actually going to put the 10 of Wands, moving away from difficult times, and the Strength card back in the deck. If they come out, we know they belong here. Give me the Magician. Give me the Magician. Give me the Magician. Someone's dealing with a Libra. Yeah. Someone's the Three of Cups. I have a Knave of Chalices. I have a Five of Cups. I have a Knave of Pentacles. I have a Hermit. I'm putting them back and I'm shuffling again, and I'm going to tell you why. I feel like we'll get the Three of Cups again. I feel like we'll get even more people. Yeah, someone's ending it with the King of Pentacles. Yeah. Don't ask me why. There's a method to my madness. Give me the Magician. Five of Swords. Someone feels trapped. Someone doesn't like to hear the truth. Someone doesn't like being exposed. Now, the Magician can be any sign. It is the card of Gemini, but I've been the Magician when I've been in a manifestation mode. I know many people who show up as the Magician. The Magician can be any sign. Someone feels trapped. Could be in a legal situation, or it could be by a Libra. We have a Libra here. Someone could have a Libra moon. Someone could also be dealing with a Libra on the side. Tower, card of Scorpio. We could have a Libra wanting to work with a Scorpio. That could be their moon signs. We could have a Libra moon wanting to work with a Scorpio moon person, because Three of Pentacles is working together. We have the Sun. The Sun casts a light on a situation, revealing its truth. Gail, I just want to take a moment out. I usually don't respond to comments, but if someone blocked you after a 3-year online relationship, maybe you should find someone in the flesh. I'm just saying, and I'm not trying to call you out. I'm not trying to embarrass you at all, but you have to ask yourself why you were willing to spend 3 years online with someone. I want to support you and put that out there. Okay? Lifting you up in prayer, but want a little like, you know, I'm a Scorpio moon, so in a Scorpio rising, reality in there to kind of push you along and help you get out of this. Look at that. I would just drop the blame and kind of look inward and say, what would provoke me? What are you trying to avoid that you don't want someone in person? So, okay. I'm going to focus on this right now. Actually, I'm going to hide the chat. I'm going to hide the chat for now, you guys. Oops. Okay. Yeah, I feel like Magician, Five of Swords. Wow. We have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is a card of confusion. It's also a card of options. I'm noticing there's two dragons in here. There's a dragon in this cup. There's a dragon in that cup. Maybe some of you could have the Chinese sign of the dragon. I know I do. I feel like if there's a young man in the midst here, he has a lot of options, because I almost feel like that face up there is the same face in this Sun card. The Sun can also be a female. The Sun is someone who casts light on the truth. Yeah, it can be the card of Leo, but for some reason I want to say someone has Leo in their midhaven. And we have a Queen of Wands with the Ace of Chalices and the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is very in and out. Why do I not feel like this is an Aries, Leo, Sag, but just someone who gets a lot of attention? Queen of Wands. And man, do I feel like she's down here. I'm going to put the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Wands back in. Give me another card on this Justice card. Give me another card on this Justice card. Give me another card on this Justice card. Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is cheating, lying, backstabbing. We have the card of Leo here, Strength card. What we have with the Magician here, card of Gemini, but it can be anyone. We have someone who is either with a Leo or with this Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups down here. But see, someone learned how to use the sword from this character, this magician up here. You see how he waves the swords above him? So someone taught someone, this is clear as day, someone took someone from this, sweet as pie, cup of love, swans, goody goody, and turned that person, I mean, this person, look at her. She's like, yeah. Because, you know, we have the butterflies in the cards down here. We have the butterflies in the cards here. This is connected. So what this says is what is already with you. We have a life path number 1, life path number 7. 7 and a 1 is 8. Someone has a life path number 8. Someone here is cutting out someone who is already with them because they, I feel like, know or think that this person is just full of shit. They think he's full of shit, or they know he's full of shit, and they may be speaking it, right? And they may have had someone feeling a little bit trapped because I think this person may have had this gal down here feeling really, really, really fucked up for quite a while. I think this gal felt like this. I do. I do. I think this gal, the cards aren't gender based. I think this gal was casted out, I think, cut out by this person. I think this person has probably tried to creep around more than once since, tried to come in, side door, back door, grocery store, you know, wherever. And I think this person, I don't think this person realized, and I'm sorry if my cursing offends you, I'm sorry, how fucked up this person actually got over this situation. They probably knew. So I think one day this person made a judgment call, right? I think this person made a judgment call and they turned themselves from, this is Pisces energy. I know this energy. Being stuck, hanging, waiting, they turned it upside down. They're no longer the hanged man or hanged woman in this case. I think they see someone for what they are, who they've done, whatever. They see them as a liar. And I think they probably started spewing open their mouth which maybe had someone feeling a little trapped, you know. Someone else felt trapped for
It's
quite a long
21
time.
hours.
I also feel since we have the Eight of Wands, Eight of Pentacles down here, I actually feel like someone's changed their whole life. I think someone got really creative. So the reason the Empress, when you have a woman showing up as a lot of queens in one, that's someone who's becoming the Empress. So let's talk about the Empress. Well, let's talk about Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, female. This is how this woman started, right? Compassionate, loving, caring, kind, gives from the heart, right? She then went into the Queen of Swords. If you're going to keep me in this energy without truth and clarity, if you're going to keep me in the Nine of Swords, if you're going to keep me in hanged man mode, feeling stuck and unable to move because I don't have the truth and you're not man enough to stand up and give it, then guess what? Where's that Ace of Swords? I'm going to cut through the bullshit. I'm going to cut through the bullshit. I'm going to make a judgment call, right? On your, where did that go? That Seven of Swords. On your absolute bullshit and mind fuckery. I'm going to check out these 10,000 options I have, including the absolute stud I had up here. She probably went for that because we have the Ace of Wands right behind it. And then we have the Knight of Swords, which is that the Knight of Swords. That's a Gemini card. That's someone who comes rushing in because they're looking back at the seeds they planted because someone probably went for someone else, probably temporarily. It could have even actually been a one-night stand because they were just wanting to just get over it. So, so someone's gone from the Queen of Cups to the Queen of Swords. Just really key in on that. You guys know anyone with gray hair? Maybe some facial hair? I feel like Clint Eastwood here. Like, go ahead. Make my fucking day. Yeah. All right, let's move on. And then she got real creative, right? This is a work card. This is someone working their ass off. This is not someone laying around watching soaps while eating bonbons and getting reflexology. This is someone who works their ass off. This is someone who builds. Eight of Pentacles is building. Yeah, building, banging on that pentacle. Someone pregnant with creativity. So I think somewhere along the way, she turned into the Queen of Wands. We had the Queen of Wands out. Queen of Wands could also be like Aries, Leo, Sag, that just is like completely like jealous of this energy and hyper focused on what they're doing. That's another thing that can be going on here because they're trying to tame someone. But I feel like somewhere along the lines, someone blew the facade of someone else that couldn't make their mind up. I feel like someone, and here's the thing, I feel like whoever was this magician energy with the Seven of Swords, it's like, I don't feel an energy of like, I almost feel an energy of like someone who had like addictive problems or something. Because I feel an energy that was with someone, probably someone was seen as having too many options, too whatever. I feel like someone went with a Leo, right? But I feel like there's also a Libra involved. Could be a legal situation, but I feel like there's a Libra involved, and I feel like someone batted that out, right? Someone called that out, and maybe this Leo heard it, or maybe the Libra heard it, maybe both heard it, maybe one's heard it. And this magician might like be in, he kind of might have got stuck in that energy, or, or we have a male energy who I'm going to clarify that shows up as the sun. Just fucking beautiful. I mean, right? Ace of Wands, right? Someone may have gotten so sick, right? This sweet little Queen of Cups here, so sick of having someone kind of like just, you know, nothing's going on. God, I am like just working, right? Might have gotten sick of losing sleep and just finally made a judgment call. And, she might have had like a night of passion or something, or maybe a few nights of passion, maybe. Yeah, with that. Because I mean, that can only stand in front of you for so long without you finally like just being like, okay, all right, twist my arm. But I feel like it was drawn out. I feel like someone really did wait for someone to come in and be honest. I feel like someone came in the wrong way, rushing in, looking at the seeds they had planted, not wanting to let someone go, but still not making a decision. Look at this guy. He's got nothing in one hand and the world in the other. Well, I don't think I can handle the world. I don't get enough attention when I'm with her because she gets attention. I don't get this. I don't get that. She has a lot of options. She'll probably end up leaving me. She's a lot younger. She's this. She's that. Right? Someone low self esteem. Right? She doesn't make enough money. Really? Because I think I feel like someone built something because we have the Empress here with the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like they're making a lot of money now. And someone's a little, but see, someone made a judgment that someone is not, I'm going to pull these cards up. I'm going to put everyone back in the deck. I want to find out who like couldn't make up their mind on what to eat, to what to wear. I want to find out what the Ten of Cups is. I want to find out who had all the options. I want to find out who wants to work with who. And I want to find out if there's like some kind of hidden marriage. I want to find out what the Tower is, card of Scorpio. I want to pull one other card on that Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups. Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups. Seeing the true you. Card number 2, card number 9. Master number 11. Someone could be a life path number 2. Someone could be a life path number 9. Seeing the true you. Got a little cup of tea up in the water. There's a little cup of tea. Someone could love their tea. Someone didn't feel seen by a person. Someone regrets not seeing a person. Someone's watching someone else. Watching, male or female. The cards aren't gender based. It's like, is she dipping her hand in the water? He, she wants to dip their hand in the water, but they're too afraid. Someone didn't see someone. They actually didn't pay any attention to them. They were too busy focused on the past. And then I think they got with the past and didn't like it. Unhappy. Another 11, 11, 11. That's important. Diving for light. Someone's diving for information. Someone wants to learn off someone. Someone could be stealing intellectual property too. This has been coming up a lot, and I want to see what this is about. It's someone's working really hard and someone's learning off of them and like trying to talk like them, or too many cards. We have the Hierophant. It's a Taurus card. We have the Strength card, card of Leo. Yeah, someone's on to someone's bullshit. Yeah, they could be learning off someone that's younger than them, that is very fiery, Knave of Wands, that had or has a broken heart. Someone that has the ability to start a lot of conflict, someone who's single, who looks good, who could be a life path number 9. Could be a King of Swords that's, trying to be a little softer, get some butterflies around him, trying to actually learn how to move on, trying to learn how to deal in relationships. Yeah, 10 of Wands. Could be God. There could be like a whole host of people. Jesus, we have a whole family down here. Give me this. Yeah. There's been an ending that has caused someone to expose their true abilities. People are a little shell shocked, howling at the moon, right? Trying to learn to relate to others in an emotional way. I had to delete a message there. Someone could have tried to offer someone something several times, but the person had walked away after they made a judgment call. I think someone felt really that they had put a lot of work into something and that nothing was going to come into fruition from it. Empress. They also knew that there was a third party situation, possibly involving a Libra. And whoever this was walked away from someone else. We could have even had one person that's so kind of ill that like I almost feel like a crew of people like trying to fool someone else. Like we could have had someone even like that's like friendly with their like ex-partner, and maybe they got involved with someone new. They could have known that the person had been back and forth at an earlier time with an ex-partner. They could have even like had an ex-partner call or something. Almost it's almost like a paranoia feeling, you know? It's really kind of sad. It's like how many people are so afraid of this person coming in and screwing up their world that they just can't be truthful, right? It's kind of sad. It's like, where's the integrity? We have the card, What Do You Feel? Card number 9. And she's looking up at the moon. Someone may be a life path number 9. What do you feel? Let's find out. Let's find out. At the station, 8 and a 1 makes a 9. I think we have someone. Oh, thank you. Sammy, God, you donate to me every day. I just love you, girl. Thank you so much. You're so kind. Thank you. We have so sweet, Sammy. Thank you. Yeah, Super Chats is on. I always forget that, you guys. I'm sorry. But it does, it adds up. So thank you very much. It supports the channel. I want to see what this for. Well, no, well, what do you feel? So what does this number 9, this person looking up at the moon, it looks like she's juggling an apple and an orange. Okay. Why do I feel like it's not her that has to make a decision, but really they're trying to say it is her? Well, she feels left out in the cold. She feels left out in the cold. Wow. Hanged Man, Queen of Swords, the Fool. So let's clarify this Hanged Man. Let's clarify this Hanged Man. Who is the Hanged Man? Who is the Hanged Man? He was in reverse, right? Who's really feeling hung up? Who's feeling hung up? Who's feeling hung up? Who was feeling hung up all this time? Why do I feel like money's involved here? Someone got money. Someone's trying to guard their money. Is that it? Who really got hung up? I need a glass of water for this, you guys. Someone can't let someone go. But it looks like they're scared they'll be like strung up by the balls if they're with them. Just saying, you guys, I just have to keep it real with you. Ooh. Communication. Well, she's looking over here at a new beginning, the Fool. She's like, this person who feels left out in the cold just wants a new beginning. They want to start at a 0. They want to because they're sick of feeling like this. They're freezing their ass off. My God, you guys, goosebumps on my feet, right? Ace of Cups, 2 of Wands. Do people think this person can't make up their mind? That this woman can't make up her mind on what she wants? Is that what's going on here? You've got to be kidding me. Unless this woman is a masculine who just is super feminine or gay, can be gay. How many women on here, just hit the like button if this is true, would rather hear that someone you were with is gay rather than hear they had cheated on you with another woman? How many would I bet I want to see. I want to poll. Let's start a poll. Just say, yeah, I'd rather hear gay or I'd rather hear another woman. Just say. I don't know. I felt the need to ask that. Dragonfly's like, "Not me." Yeah, you guys are like, "'Kay, 'kay," 'cause you're like, "At least he could do my hair, right?" Is that what you're thinking? Or dress me or something, right? Is that what you're Yeah, right? And why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Good for you meeting a new fire sign. Girl or a guy, good for you. Um, is it because there's an insecurity, an underlying insecurity? I don't know. Let's stick with this. So give me another one on this 8 of Wands and Hanged Man. 4 of Cups. Someone could have a slight drinking problem. Could be a life path number 4. They could have strong Sagittarius placements. They could be giving money to or have heavy burdens. They could be paying out or could be dealing with a life path number 8 or number 6, but they could be in a money situation or something. They have 2 8s here and an ending. 6 and a 4 is a 10. You know, this is reciprocity, equal giving and receiving. But the problem is people don't understand what true reciprocity is, right? If you're not being nurtured in a relationship, I don't know about you guys, but if I'm not getting nurtured in a relationship, I become lazy. It's like after a given time, I'm not going to want to give to that relationship. I'm not going to want to do anything. And if a relationship is not moving forward, right? If you're with someone longer than a year and there's not like a ring on your finger or something, there's no motivation there. I think we might have to delete this guy. Friends, excuse me for a sec. Okay, yeah, we got a guy that's warning people about what's happening on Earth. Okay, yeah. All right. Bye bye. And who is this person not getting equal giving and receiving from? This person down here in Hanged Man position. That's too many. Way too many. Way too many. The 4 of Pentacles. 9 of Cups. Got a lot of 8s, a lot of 4s, a lot of 9s down here. It's like people want to receive, but they don't give. I feel like we have a woman that's like, I don't like, what is there with either option? You know, like one only gives monetarily and doesn't know how to express emotion, and the other, well, I think one's out because one cut ties and then I think tried to come back a few times. And I feel like in the wrong way. I feel like someone rushing in, but not with like communication. Yeah, this is what was lacking in the first one. No one ever communicated, and it kept someone feeling very distraught and anxiety ridden for too long. And when that happens, people can, I know this from experience, you can start thinking a situation is like has too much karma, or it can turn into a karmic situation because you can start thinking a situation is malefic. My candle's going crazy, like that it's malefic, that it's too dark. Because when you're in that feeling kind of trapped, feeling stuck, feeling confused, when you're in that Nine of Swords energy, it's really hard to get up and out of, especially when you're alone. I feel like we also have a male energy here that can't be alone, right? Goes from the past to the more recent past to the new to the past to the past to the new to, maybe even pain for, I mean, who knows? Okay, so this is confusing. So I'm going to put this back. Give me some more on how this person feels. This woman, card number 9, she's juggling between an apple and the orange. She's looking up at the moon. It says, "What do you feel?" Wow. It feels like she's made a judgment on maybe a new situation, Ace of Cups, with someone that couldn't make up their mind, possibly about someone they worked with. She could have burnt any. We have another card, number 9. Any feelings? She just works really hard and wants her 10 of Cups. Yeah, she doesn't. Let me put these back and tell me about this Queen of Swords down here. It was the Queen of Cups that turned into the Queen of Swords. Wow. Wow. So this was the Queen of Cups that turned into the Queen of Swords, right? We had the butterfly and the butterfly. So the magician had taught her how to use her sword. So she has the Sun and the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands is marriage. Sun card can be a Leo, but it's more of an energy. I mean, look, he's young, he's handsome, I'm going to put these back in the deck. Give me one more for the Queen of Swords. All of a sudden I got tired, so she feels like this would be too much work. There's Queen of Wands. Hierophant, another marriage card. Jesus. And a knave of chalices, younger with water in his chart. 10 of Pentacles. God, when you draw the 10 of Pentacles with someone. Star card. We have another 4. A lot of 4s. Healing. Got goosebumps. And we have the High Priestess. I think we have someone or maybe 2 people feeling a little nostalgic. Wanting to work together, but there's been a death, or someone could have Scorpio in their chart. Someone had to put a death first to a situation with the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is a card of Gemini, but it could be anyone. We're moving away from difficult times. We have the World, an ending to no return, and also an ending to feeling like this, and an ending to feeling like this. I mean, this is really nice down here, but I don't feel. So either someone took too long to make up their mind and someone bailed, or I want more on this Queen of Swords. Why don't I trust the cards that are coming out? They're really good. And the Queen of Wands, is this the same person? So someone sees the Queen of Cups as a Queen of Swords, and someone else sees her as the Queen of Wands. That's what I took of this. Or we have a male energy that shows up as a Queen of Wands. Could be a real go-getter. Give me another card on the Queen of Knight of Wands. In and out, in and out, in and out energy. Ace of Pentacles. King of Wands. So someone's growing up, someone's maturing. Give me another card on the Queen of Swords. Death card, card of Scorpio. Heavy Scorpio placements. Three of Pentacles, wanting to work together. Nostalgic. Card number 9 could feel a little trapped in their head. Wow, this really is her. It really is. Wow. So the person that feels out in the cold really did have or does have a decision to make. Why do I feel like this woman has felt that other people had the decision to make? Why is my nose itching? Who is this Ace of Cups? So it looks like this person made a judgment call on what they felt was their 10 of Pentacles or 10 of Cups. So 10 of Cups is the best card you can get in the deck. So I think they thought the past was their 10 of Cups, but they made a judgment call that they had put in a lot of work and effort. They had really tried to manifest there. And I think they were just like, fuck it. Excuse my language, you guys. I keep doing that. I know I need to stop. Is there another word for that? I wonder, is there another word for fuck it? Is there another phrase? Screw it? I'm going to say pluck it. I'm just going to say pluck it from now on. Pluck it. Pluck it. Pluck your eyebrows. And so maybe they want someone to communicate. We have communicate, and that would take them to the 9 of Cups. But what do they need to get the 10 of Cups? There's something. I'm going to gather all the cards up. There's something they need to get to the 10 of Cups. Why do I want to say it's the Tower? What do they need to take them to the 10 of Cups? What do they need to take them to the 10 of Cups? Why don't they feel the 10 of Cups? The Tower wants to come out, I'm telling you. Maybe that they need the past to tell the truth. Does someone feel that they can't move forward until they get the truth about a situation? No. It's about why there was a 10 of Swords with the King of Pentacles. Interesting. Show me why. Maybe they feel, because that single 9 of Pentacles card came out, Maybe they feel like they put so much energy and effort into a past situation that they're scared to put energy and effort into something new. Yeah, they're the Queen of Pentacles. They became the Queen of Pentacles over a broken heart. That's sad. They started as a Knave of Wands. They were like losing their temper, rushing in, wanting to know what was going on with the King of Cups. They grew into the Knave of Cups, right? A little older, a little more mature. Then they found out someone was an asshole. Maybe they were giving to more than one person. So they turned into the Knave of Swords. Then now we have the real transformation. Once someone goes through the Ten of Swords, they become the Queen of Cups. And I think she turned into the Queen of Swords. And then the Empress creating, and then the Queen of Pentacles making her own money. That's what this looks like here. So some of you, who is this? Yeah, it's the Queen of Cups. And we have the Magician. But who's holding on? Four of Pentacles. Yeah, Magician holding on. We have Strength card, probably either to a Leo or yeah, because I think I think all this turned the Magician into the Emperor, right? Because when you treat a woman like this, especially a Queen of Cups, when she gets in reversed, she can become emotionally manipulating. I'm a Queen of Cups. I know this. I'm a triple water sign. And, when someone is toyed with, when their mind's toyed with, they can become a real bitch if they're an emotional type. And so, what that does is it can make them feel like they need to gain control over a situation because when everything is out of your life and you're not being protected, I heard something today and it really struck a chord with me. Who was it? Who said this? I think it was Mana in the Pisces reading. It was a good reading. She said, only a man who was was not masculine would let a situation go untended to, un, unfixed, uncared for, like grass would be unwatered, right? Said it in the Pisces reading. It was towards the end. She said only a man in his feminine. And she said your partner could be gay, she said only someone who is really not in his masculine would let something just go unattended. So I think when that happened, I think now this emperor, right, sees that someone's not offering to him anymore. Maybe a Knight of Wands that kind of looks like this. Yeah, maybe the emperor is gay. Or maybe a Knight of Wands started offering to the High Priestess. You never know. There's a gazillion things that could have happened here, right? But I feel like I think everybody's learned that, like, how key communication is and how so many scenarios can get built up in one's head when communication isn't had. And what's most important is balancing yourself out and taking super good care of yourself. And let's face it, you guys, we all have issues. So let me ask you this this is two ways to look at something. So you fix situations, don't make mistakes twice, etc. Oh my gosh, I'm so thirsty. Number one, if you have children, we carry our parents' karma. Truth. Truth. There's whole retreats and everything being built on how to get rid of your parents' karma, right? Say one of your parents had a financial karma, oh, you better believe you'll carry that financial karma. How many of you have felt like, "Oh my god, I'm just like my dad," or "I'm just like my mom," or "I'm just like" how many have you felt like, "Oh my god, I'm going through the exact same thing my mom went through or my dad went through?" So, if you don't clear up your karma, especially since this is so very past life, that will crush your kids, man. And the longer you stretch it out, the longer your kids will have to bear it. For example, they'll live out your mistakes, right? Glad I don't have any kids. I just have the fur children over here. And let's look at it another way as well. And I'm losing my voice here. It's really important. And what I learned was it's really important to care for yourself in different ways, not just like, oh, I'm going to go to yoga. I'm going to take a Epsom salt bath. I'm going to dry brush before I get into the sauna every day. I'm going to do this. But sometimes saying, you know what, I'm not going to do yoga. I'm not going to go to the gym. I'm actually going to rest. It's retrograde. It's a time of rest. Retrograde is a time of rest. I don't know about you guys, but I feel so exhausted. All I want to do is sleep right now. Sun is in Pisces. I'm a Pisces. New moon was in Pisces. My sun and Venus is in Pisces. I'm exhausted. So, retrograde is a time of rest. So, one of the things I noticed, and I listen to Queen of Cups, she's my favorite reader. One of the things I noticed is about 6 months ago, she was saying how, you know, she was doing it was like in her Scorpio reading and her Pisces reading, and that's my entire chart. She said, you may feel like you're, getting tired more and that you're only able to handle one task a day. And she said part of growth is recognizing where you're at and honoring your body, right? And I've always been like, up at 5 a.m. I'm going to do cardio on an empty stomach. I'm going to go back and train legs. Then I'm going to hit yoga. Then I'm going to run. Then I'm going to like I've always been super, super healthy. And it was time to slow down and pull back and really honor my body, right? Retreats are a huge they've been my money maker for like 5 years of my detox business. They were my money maker. Super hard to run. It's super hard to care for people when they're not eating. Super stressful. It's actually extremely stressful. I always felt like I had to take like 2 weeks off when I was done running one. So for 2 years, when I went through a really shit part of an ending of a relationship that was like a divorce gone bad or something, and I wasn't even married, just confusion, blah, blah, blah. I didn't run retreats. I would take one-on-one clients like randomly, right? And I really let that part of my business go for a while, and it was really stressing me out. And today on the phone, one of my mentors, he said, "Do you really wanna be running them right now? Do you re" I'm like, "Oh my god, I love taking care of my clients. I love this, I love that." And I said, "But I think I enjoy the one-on-one interaction better. I do. I feel like I really connect and like I really change someone's life." And so that's kinda like this. That's kinda like honoring your body. Part of taking care of yourself is not just pushing yourself to go to the gym, pushing yourself to it's also recognizing when you need rest, right? When you need to slow down. And that is something that an A-type personality, hello, hi, doesn't really learn until later in life, right? Oh, I don't have to be like number one. 365 days of the year. My abs do not have to be pushing it. My ass does not have to like be sitting on its shelf. I don't have to be coming out with a new program every six. So very competitive, right? A-type personality, manifesting generators really need to recognize when they need to slow down. And that was a big lesson for me in my healing process, was recognizing when I needed to slow down. That came from listening to Queen of Cups. I want to draw one on the spirals of manifestation. What is this person manifesting? What is this woman manifesting? Oh, wow. I think someone really is confused about what direction to go. Ace of Wands, passion, 1 to the 2 at least, but then we have 5 of Wands. Someone's really confused. Five of Swords, I mean. Oh, they need to cut through the bullshit. Yeah. In order for this person to move forward, they need to cut through the bullshit from the past. So how do they do that? Yeah, because they've been in this for so long. Oh, that's coming out again. We have options. I think they realize that now that they're like making money and doing well, they can manifest anything they want. They can have the King of Wands. Or they can have him. Right? Reciprocity, giving and receiving. Who sees you? Who sees you? Here's that King of Cups again. Yeah, who sees you? Knave of Cups, King of Cups. Who sees you? Someone really had their heart broken here. But they've stopped, I think, rushing in. Let's draw one more advice card. Yeah. All right. I'm sorry, you guys. That was a little all over the board from the beginning, but please do watch from the beginning because the beginning was really excellent. The beginning was really great. One more card. Free from judgment, free to love. Collaborative dreaming. Oh, thank you. Against the grain. Card number 4. I feel like I need to say, like, look at all those hands, reaching, and she's just like swimming through it against the grain. I know you guys hate when I curse, but zero fucks. She really gives zero fucks about what people think, and that's what makes her. I think this person holds a lot of anger, bitterness, sadness. Love is always kind. If this is that Queen of Cups turned into the Queen of Swords, that's temporary. Love is always kind. Fear is always unkind. With fear, we're full of obligations, full of expectations, with no respect, avoiding responsibility, feeling sorry, feeling stressed, feeling overwhelmed, fearing an outcome. How can we feel good when we're suffering with so much fear? We feel victimized by everything. We feel angry. We feel sad, jealous, betrayed, all those feelings, right? How are you going to manifest if you're manifesting from fear? Huh? You can't. I tried to teach someone this for years. I couldn't quite break the mold. And so my manifesting abilities went. See, that's how we learn from people. I had someone teach me prior, and then I took those lessons into this relationship and tried to teach this person, right? The people we think aren't teaching us anything are always our greatest teachers, right? I was in a relationship. I treated the guy like shit. I didn't pay any attention to him. I had all these weird things at the time. I'd been alone for like a decade. And so it was weird. We moved in together. Like, it was weird. Okay. But he taught me, like I used to say, I used to worry about money and I had a lot of money at the time. So, and he used to say, oh God, what did he say? Broke money don't make money. That's what he said. And I took that and I learned that. And I tried to teach it in my last relationship. I tried to say, why do you worry? Why do you, it's going to, and so being around someone with that fear based thinking, right? It had me in a sense of lack. And so I wasn't creating. So when you separate from that, you're like, boom, there it goes, right? Jealousy is fear with a mask, too. I mean, with all those feelings, with all those expectations that come from fear, we create suffering that is unnecessary. We can only pretend to love someone. We can only pretend to be kind when we're fearful. We're not kind when we don't feel good and we're not happy. If you're like on the track of love and you stay focused on the positive, it's easy to create, it's easy to manifest, it's easy to pay your bills. When you're in a fear based mindset, it's not. When you're around someone in a fear based mindset, it's not. And inadvertently, that will drag you down. They will drag you down. If you've been abandoned, right, when you were young, right? If you've lost a parent when you were young, like I shared with you earlier, and you go into a relationship with your unhealed issues from a past relationship, right? Or you go into a new relationship clueless about what truly went on in your last relationship, fear comes up. The fear creates anxiety, jealousy, angst, stress. And what happens? Sorry, there's a pop up. You go in slathering, smothering, ruining that relationship. So we have to like really get a handle on our shit before we enter new situations or before we reunite with someone that we want to go back with. But you have to live as if that's never going to happen. And I'm going to tell you why. And I know you're going to say, but Andrea, that's not good manifesting. What if I want my ex back and I think like it's never going to happen? Because if that's all you think about, right? Then that's what you're going to manifest. Right? And I would say from my own experience, one bit of advice I would give you, don't stay in the Queen of Swords energy too long. Females, you know, I stayed in that energy for the entire past year. And every time I would feel my past coming towards me, or they would come towards me in their own little, I'm scared shitless, but I'm still going to try to come at you this way or this way or the. I was just such a cold bitch that it was like, here's the wall, try to climb it, go. So you have to recognize that and change that behavior. I don't think I'm that today. I definitely wouldn't ever lose my temper, raise my voice because it's like meaningless, it doesn't, the pain is gone. But childish behavior also, and I think a lot of women have dealt with this, and a lot of women do this. Communication is everything in a relationship. If you find someone isn't truthful early on, if you find someone displays a behavior early on, if you find someone does not have proper communication skills early on, you either have to work on it or cut it. Roger, hey, stop. Because that doesn't flow, right? And we're always elevating and raising our vibration and raising our vibration and raising our vibration. A lot of times, what you'll find is someone you were interested at one point, maybe you bump into them, a year or 2 years after a parting of ways, and you find you're just not interested anymore. That you've raised your vibration to a point where you know that you wouldn't be able to how should I say this? It was like the art gallery tonight. Like I was just like, or the art display, the art opening. I was like, I saw a lot of people I knew. It was like, I can't be around this shallowness, or this, you just find maybe it's not shallowness with maybe in your situation. Maybe it's just someone with a broke mentality. Maybe it's someone with, um, maybe it's someone that, you're not going to agree with everyone. Like maybe someone loves politics and that's not just your thing, but you listen to them and you engage and you read up on the politics because you know that they're going to talk about it and you want to stay in the loop with them because you know that's their thing and you want to support them and they're like, but maybe and maybe they're, bored as fuck when you talk about, what's in their herbal elixir or something like that you made them with 25 different herbs to stimulate their adrenal glands and raise their testosterone. And there's like so much that goes into it, but they think you just like threw three things and whipped it up, something like that, Maybe that just bores the shit out of them. you take the good with the bad, but maybe you'll find
It's 22 hours.
that's good. I'm going to learn how to shut that off. I don't know if you guys just heard that computer announcement. Maybe you'll find that, you don't resonate the same anymore. Or maybe, just maybe, while you grew, they did too, right? While you grew, they did too, right? Maybe what bored the fuck out of them about you fascinates them about you. They just couldn't see it. Maybe what turned you off completely about them fascinates you about them. You just didn't understand it, right? All right. Good night, sweetheart. Good night, you guys. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. I have no idea what I talked about. I hope I covered. I guess I didn't go into twin flame, soulmate, whatever. This had to resonate with someone. I'll change the name of this video. I love each and every one of you. Let's draw an advice card of kind of like what you should. I watched a few tarot readings today. I watched like two. And it was talking about like all this like energy of the weekend, of it being like confrontational and stuff. And like, I don't feel that at all. And it's probably because I've removed myself of anything that leads to drama. Every journey starts with a single step. She's got her little suitcase packed. Conscious connections. Pandora's gift. 5, 4, 5 and a 4 is 9. And also receiving. Card number 27, 7, 2, number 9. I'm glad I'm a life path number 9. Isn't it beautiful when someone takes their mask off? How lovely. All right, you guys, Lewis is calling me. Defend to the end the worthwhile. Defend what you love. Someone loves someone. Okay, Lewis. All right, good night, you guys. Be well. Bye.